Folks, what's good this morning? This is Big Daddy coming at you. Yes, I know it's been a while since I've done the podcast, but bear with me. More coming soon. I've just been really busy with massage and doing other things and trying to get my life in order and, all that fun stuff. The fun stuff means getting your life in order. I actually wanted to say something this morning about, that's something I woke up this morning realizing after looking at the sunrise, beating through my eyes at 5 something this morning. Moving forward and overcoming certain challenges in your life. For the past couple of years, for me, it's been singular moments that I've just really dwelled on. And I realize it's been making me sick. There's a lot of stuff going on inside my body that's manifesting from that sickness. But now I realize that as I move through this, so to say, this trauma, all kinds of stuff that's happened to me when I was a kid. The hemochromatosis possibly in my system that, like I said, when you dwell on shit, your mental state, eventually it manifests in the physical state. And a lot of this stuff has been showing up in me, and I had to take a step back, and I even asked Luna, hey, I never ask for any kind of prayers. If I do prayers, I always ask for other people. But this time, I need your help. Give me clarity. I need to know what's going on. And she did. She gave me clarity like you wouldn't believe. And it's all about letting stuff go. Accept what happened and moving the fuck on. Because we have to. I don't want to dwell on this stuff for the rest of my life. I don't want to be mad at certain people for the rest of my damn life. A friend of mine recently, I told her that, hey, I wrote letters to certain people and I burned them up. And I felt good for a minute. But then it seemed like that energy just came right back. I said, dude, what's that about? She said, it's not about you, Philip. You did your job. You did exactly what you needed to do. The stuff that you're feeling, that's on them. It's stuff that they have to get clear of. It's stuff that they have to work through and be good with. Don't do it no more. Don't write no more letters. Don't even talk about them no more, even though it's hard not to. Move past it. She goes, again, you did your job. And I sat back with that for a few days, and I do realize that, yeah, it's not on me no more. It's on them. Moving forward, yeah, it's a bitch because sometimes you still want certain things to happen. The rat in the maze effect, And I was good for that shit for a while, but then I realized all this physical manifestation of sickness that's coming into my body, that's not good for me. And if I always tell people move on, if I'm giving people advice, yeah, I don't take the advice of myself. What does that make me? Makes me a damn hypocrite, right? I don't want to be a hypocrite. I want to be prosperous. I want to be where my son's at. And I can't be where my son's at if I'm still fucked up. And I realized that's why I kept coming back to Flagstaff. There's things I had to take care of here. And now that I feel that I'm taking care of them, I can move on. I can move on in peace. I can move on with love. I can move on with my life. And this past time I did. Getting out of your own way, I ain't gonna lie, folks, it's fucking hard. And I know some people out there will say, go talk to a therapist, go talk to a therapist. Sometimes a therapist can need a dick because a therapist don't know every damn thing. And talking with your family, there's only certain things you can talk to them about and certain things that you can just express to them, and then you're going to hear, and then they're going to get biased, and you're not going to feel you got what you needed. And sometimes I realize, and I heard this from another guy out there, Trent Shelton. Y'all probably know who he is. Really cool guy. Gives very excellent, advice about protecting your peace and moving on. You're not always going to get the apology that you want. And it works in reverse. They're not going to get the apology from you that they need to. So you might as well go ahead and just come together in a mutual loving prayer, either together or silently to yourself, and just release it. And I've had to do that. And I realized I had to do that over and over and over. That's why I kept coming back to Flagstaff. That's why I kept being drugged back to Flagstaff. Because I wasn't done. Not by a long shot. But now, I'm done. It's time to move forward. It's time to start overcoming these other challenges, and that being getting my ass to California which that'll be no problem. That'll be no problem at all. I'm actually looking forward to that. It's maintaining who has sprung up from all this trauma. And I told myself a long time ago, well, not too long ago, I make it sound like it's been ancient years and shit. Be the person that I needed when I was a kid, and I have been. But even he's grown. He's moved on himself. This Philip that's manifesting now, I'm gonna lie, I like him, and y'all gonna see who he is. I had to kind of hide him. No, when you're around your family, they only see you in a certain light, a certain way. Even your friends, they only see you in a certain light, in a certain way. You know, if let's just say you have moments of anger, you're talking, and people will say, "Oh, well, oh, there he is. There's that old person." It's because you brought it out in me, and if you brought it out in me, and I'll sit there and I'll think about it too. If you brought this back out in me, do I really need to be around you? Do I need you in my life? I love you and I care about you. You're my friend, but damn, if you're gonna bring that out of me, I need to re-examine this relationship. And I have. There's so many relationships in the last few weeks since the last podcast. I've sat and I've just observed, analyzed, and I realized there's just certain things within me that have to change. And it's nothing against them. By all means, it's nothing against them. It's me. And if they want to talk about it, we can. And a lot of my friends, we just don't want to talk about it. Or they just don't want to hear it or anything like that, because they don't, some of them just don't like hearing the damn truth. Hell, sometimes I don't like hearing the damn truth, but I appreciate it and I need to hear it. That way I need to know, hey, do we move on with this friendship? Do we not? Do we need to move forward? Or do we need to reevaluate some shit? What do we need to do? And if we can't do that, then it's time for me to release them with love. Hey, I still love you, but I release you with love. And I've done that. I've had to do that the last couple of weeks. And I know, and people have done it to me, but you know, it's in the form of that immature ass ghosting, or people don't realize I read body language. I feel energy, and we all do. And we know when someone or some things or someone's want to move on from us, and they just do. But they do it in a very immature, childish way. I call it immature and childish. What starts off as healthy boundaries ends up being barriers. But that's a story for another day. I know I went off on a complete different tangent, but I am moving forward. I'm overcoming these challenges. I want to be of service. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to be of service. I'm trying to help people. I want to be there for people, you know, in a healthy way. But I can't do it if I'm all fucked up. I'm still trying to overcome these challenges, which is part of my damn journey. And I fucking love it. Feel me, folks? All right. Big Daddy got to go. He had to go massage bodies. Thank you for listening. And I'll chime in a little bit later. Cool? Mwah! Peace!